We are at war. We will annihilate everything. Champions of this realm can do nothing to stop us.
You are very menacing. I just want you to know that.
A lot has changed in the last few years.
The daughters of Atlas are coming to hunt us.
Children stole the power of the gods. You ripped it from our father's core.
Okay, I feel like maybe I should be writing all this down.
Give us the powers, child.
Your world will not survive this.
You want these powers? Come get them!
Hey, Khaleesi!
We have one job to do. Save the world.
Billy!
I don't know how we fight powers like this.
I can't do this. Take my powers back. You gave them to me so you can take them back, right?
I spent millennia searching for a worthy champion. You know exactly what must be done.
Billy, what are you doing?
I have to do this.
We end this now.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, gee willikers, I sure am hungry.
Oh, Brady, you're hungry? What can I make for you?
Oh, Ryan, best buddy, handsome guy. I think I want some breakfast.
Breakfast? How does green eggs and Shazam sound?
It sounds pretty good. Actually, sounds like it's gonna fill me up and make me feel very satisfied.
Actually, it's more of a snack bite. Welcome on back, everyone. The snack bite segment where we do more of like a concentrated, shorter form content for your viewing pleasure every Thursday morning. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Brady. And just like Ryan said, if you don't like all the boring, long stuff, the Snack Bite's gonna be perfect for you. This is gonna be a shorter form segment for you guys where we discuss all the hottest things, what's out right now, like movies, animes, and even discussional topics.
Discussional topics is right. And wait, like sometimes a podcast overstays its welcome a little bit. Like cut that shit down to like 40 minutes, my guy.
I'm like, get out of here. Put your clothes back on and skedaddle.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Like, also, like, podcasts are great for, like, long, like, road trips or, like, cruises or, like, your wife's giving birth and you need something to listen to for a while she's doing that.
Yeah, but
like,
you know what Snack Bites are perfect for?
Like, going to the grocery store.
Or you're on your break.
Yeah, or you're taking a big shit.
Or you're taking two big shits.
We call that a double shit.
And you know what wasn't a double shit? Shazam. Fury of Gods. You heard it right. Me and Ryan just saw Shazam. Fury of Gods. And
ooh-wee, mister.
We got some takes. We got some takeouts. We got some take-ins. We ordered in. We took out.
Yeah, we ordered takeout and we brought it back to take in.
That's a good one. Now we should write that down.
Write that down. This is really good content. I'm happy everyone is listening. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Do you want me to talk first, or do you want to
go for it?
For real?
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna go over the whole premise, but overall, I'll talk about some things I really, really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. The one thing that the Shazam writers and that the characters and the actors do really well is their humor. I really enjoy all the jokes.
Exactly. Yeah. The whole feel of this Shazam movie, the new Shazam Fury of God, it was a full 180. Like compared to like what we're used to from the DCEU, like it was humorous, it was funny, it was lighthearted, but there was still serious elements and there was comedy elements and there was romantic elements. It did everything right.
Well, I think, okay, so get this. So Black Adam, if you saw Black Adam, it is very serious film.
Very serious. And what did the serious tone did? It tanked it.
I liked Black Adam. I know that not everyone did. But I think we are more attracted to Shazam: Fury of the Gods is because it feels a little bit more like an MCU movie.
Emotionally, not sexually.
Yeah, there's definitely different sex appeal for this movie because like you can't really lewd or sexify Shazam because he's like actually like a 17-year-old kid.
Not when he says Shazam.
I guess he's free range then.
No, but yeah, it was such a fun joy. Like honestly, guys, like go watch it. Like Shazam: Fury of Gods. I don't know. I got there and I was like, wow. I'm actually blown away. Like this movie is so rad, so cool. It was beautiful to look at, and the humor was actually good humor. Me and Ryan, we were discussing like sometimes Marvel movies, they just take a swing at the bat, and sometimes they miss, sometimes they hit.
Right. And so, like I said, I think the greatest strength that this movie has is like not the lore. I mean, the action's good, but like the feel good like humor vibe it's like very present, and it's not like I love Thor: Love and Thunder, but I like this how they did humor in this movie better. It felt less forced and it felt less formulaic, and it felt more natural. I was telling Brady on the way home, I would love for the producers and the writers to come out with like a maybe like either a third movie or like a series based around like these teenagers who have superpowers and them balancing life and school and fighting crime and saving people. And I would love that personally because like they wrote it really well. Yeah,
and just in case for the people who are unaware with the Shazam franchise, I guess you could say, is at the end of Shazam 1, all the kids in the foster home, they all got superpowers. So it's like 6 of them who all have superpowers. It's just not Billy Batson. It's like 6 or 7. So it's just not Billy Batson. So they have this lair where the wizard used to live and Shazam live, and they made the lair kind of like their Teen Titans warehouse kind of like so it had that Teen Titans
teen cave.
Yeah, their teen cave, the teen lair. It was just super cool just seeing like all these like superpowered teenagers and how they would actually react. There's some of them like they don't want to pay attention. There's some of them who want to focus on other stuff. Then there's someone who are just kids, and like it wasn't even just teenagers, they were also kids who had other focuses and like candies and sweets and goofing off and stuff.
Right, and there's kind of a range of teenagers like from like 12 to like 17, anywhere from like wanting to go like trick-or-treating to like studying for college exams. So it kind of picks up from the last one, takes off a little bit. Billy is still like in a halfway home, or what is like a foster care kind of home thing going on. Home. And they kind of come to like an agreement where they all like kind of like they go out and fight crime. Their parents still don't know about it, and they're wondering where all these like lightning strikes are coming from in their house. And then like this, what was it, like an ancient like gods kind of people decided they want like the power of the gods back, and they seek out to restore the scepter that was destroyed by Shazam in the first movie, and they want revenge on the family and the powers back essentially. So these gods come together, these sisters, and they are hunting down the main cast.
Yeah, the main cast, and we're not going to go into spoilers just yet, but like they put in some work. They put in some work on the main cast, and like it really makes it like apparent that like these are just kind of kids with like these godly powers, and they do act like kids with these godly powers. At the like pretty early onto the movie, you see these kids go toe to toe with these like godly entities, and it's like these godly entities had like 9,000, 8 or 12,000 years ahead of them. They're way more experienced, way more mature, and how they handled these like Shazam kids, I guess we could call them that, the Shazam kids,
the Shazamies.
But like how they handle it is like, oh yeah, these are just freaking kids. They're kids.
Yeah.
Like they have no idea like what they're even doing.
And they still act like kids too when they turn to their like older, bigger adult forms. I really enjoyed like the kid with like the half a leg and like Freddy. I really enjoyed Freddy. He was like kind of like I want to say he's like basically one of the main characters.
Yeah,
and
he was basically the main character in this, besides Billy Batson.
Right, so he's like the main character who can't really walk good, but he kept making like really funny jokes like what was it? I'm Captain Every Power, and this is my sidekick Captain Every Power Jr. And the humor was really present throughout the whole thing. And without going into spoiler territory, like it kind of shows that each of them had their own thing going on. Like one really loved baseball, one really loved studying, one really wanted to get into college, one was more just a kid, and then Freddie what was kind of not like a vigilante, but kind of like to be. He enjoyed solo heroing.
Yeah. I think the best way to break it down is Billy just goes through this arc where, since he grew up in kind of the foster in and out, he just is really attached to his family, where he could be a little bit overbearing. So like some of the family, they're just doing their own thing, and Billy's just like, it's all in or all nothing or something like that. So Freddie just kind of wanted to do.
It's all about family.
It's all about family. This is your Fast and Furious franchise if you're looking for it, honestly. But yeah, Freddie kind of just wants to do his own thing. He wants to be his own superhero without including everybody.
And off the bat, like pretty fast, they explore themes of abandonment, and they explore themes of like deeper rooted issues.
I think it's literally like 5 minutes in where, and this is in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler, but where Shazam, Billy Batson, he's like talking to his pediatrician, aka therapist, and or a therapist, aka pediatrician, and he's just like, he's talking about all this trauma and stuff, what he has like accumulated over the last couple of years.
Yeah, so he started trauma dumping on this guy in an office. He's like, you realize I'm a pediatrician, right? Like I'm not like, I can't like legally or like professionally give you advice.
Yeah, but then he started breaking down like, what's going on? Maybe I can find a root, or because they figured out that he has imposter syndrome, where he's supposed to be doing great things, but in his head he doesn't think he's worthy enough to do these great things. Because I guess, losing your father at a young age, your mother abandoning you at the carnival, being in and out of foster homes. It happens.
It weighs on a kid.
Yeah, it weighs on a kid. So just seeing that intake and that kind of molding the whole movie to start with.
Right. And so you kind of see him, you kind of see Billy kind of like reflect and project his insecurities on his family, his siblings, his adopted siblings, and his adopted mom and dad. And right away he's like, guys, like we need to be sticking together, like it's all of us or none of us kind of thing. Family. And he's holding on really tight, and it's like heart-wrenching. It's hard to watch because like, like those themes, like those are real life issues that we go through. It's like I've been there where like I don't want to go home from work because I have nothing and no one, and it's hard sometimes. So I resonated with that a little bit. Like it's like he doesn't want to be alone, and so I get it. And
what I really I appreciate the fuck out of this movie is it wasn't just strong guy punched another strong guy. It wasn't just a surface level movie. What like sadly is a lot of superhero movies are kind of relying on that. There was an underlying theme.
I punch you, you punch me harder, we go now.
Yeah, exactly. There's an underlying theme. What was like, oh, it's more than like just their superpowers. Like honestly, if you took out the superpowers and involved like something else in it, you could build a whole movie off the themes what this movie was trying per se. So it was great, and it wasn't only the themes. It looked good. It sounded good. It was beautiful. 10 out of 10 movie.
He caught me when I was yawning. My apologies.
Oh, am I boring you?
No. Do you want to go to spoilers a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
Wow. Whoa. That's you're not supposed to see that one. Not supposed to see that one. I'm so sorry. All right, this one I'm really trying to show you. Wow. Beautiful.
Spoilers. This movie's fucking great. It's a fucking, I personally, my opinion, I'll tell you what, this is my opinion, man, and my American opinion is always right. It's a great movie. It's a fantastic movie.
And don't go, come on, man, come on, bro. You know?
Okay, Boone Howard.
No, this is a movie you can take your kids to go watch too. It's PG-13. I don't think I even heard one F word. I heard damn a lot.
I heard, yeah.
Was it an F word? I can't remember.
There could have been an F word, but it was a nice, friendly family movie.
PG-13, they allow one F word.
I think they allow one F word, but it was more than just like a family movie. There was more to it. There was so much substance to it.
One of my favorite scenes was when Billy's like in his muscle form and he's like eating like a glizzy or like a hot dog or something, and the bad guy like sits down, and then the bad guy has her own food.
Yeah,
and then
it was a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, and then he was like, oh, I know it's very important with you Phillians.
Well, because it's taking place in Philly.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Not New York? And so it's just really funny. He's like, listen, lady, I've seen all the Fast and Furious movies, and there's one thing I learned. There's nothing stronger than family. And then like that's supposed to be like a cue for something. And he's like, nothing stronger than family. I said family. And then the whole like family crew like pops out of nowhere. And it was pretty sick.
It's so funny because like I think that the adults they cast to play these kids when they go into their Shazam form, they do an excellent job still persuading like they're still kids. Like when he's like, it's all about family. Like he looked up excited. Like he was excited that you know like when a kid plays a prank and he's like, like he was looking at his. Oh, come on.
Especially
it was about family.
Especially the Shazam actor. I really should know his name, but he absolutely kills the part of being like an excitable teenager, and he absolutely
super
kills
childish,
that.
super great, like really persuade, like, oh, it's just a kid. Can we talk about one thing? Can we talk about how good everything looked in it? I thought the suits were one of the best in the DCEU. Like the suits were awesome. And did you, because you watched the first Shazam, right?
Yeah.
The suits were way better in this one than the other one. Because the other one, it had the big inflating muscles to make him look, more muscularly. It was super bright red, and his emblem looked like a LED light. It was just an LED light. Now it was a lot more silk. There was red textures on it, and it was a metal plate with like a glow to it. It wasn't like this cheeky little plastic LED light just shining.
Can I be honest?
Yeah, what's up?
I kind of missed the old design
No,
a little bit.
Bad.
But I liked how bulky he looked, and like
he looked like SpongeBob inflating his muscles.
You want to be like me? You gotta get anchor arms.
Like, I think it wasn't bad, but the actor who plays Shazam, like he's not the biggest guy. Or in the first Shazam, he wasn't the biggest guy. So you're like, oh, we gotta fucking pump these shit up.
Spoiler alert, the bad guys weren't terrible. Especially the younger woman.
They were like onions. They had layers and layers on them. What I really appreciated.
Right. I really enjoyed how one of them like definitely honey potted Jerry, Freddy. one of them like kind of like infiltrated the school looking for like the Shazam person, and
she got really lucky because she literally walked into Freddy like right when she got to the school.
Yeah, and so
unless she knew.
Yeah, and I love that Freddy had this huge confidence because he has powers, and so he let bullies bully him around and everything. He never even cared.
No, because he's all about comedy. You know what I just realized? It wasn't just an accident that she ran into Freddy, because she was like, oh yeah, I heard there's a kid around here who's best friends with superheroes. Obviously she was targeting.
She's asking around.
She was targeting him for since the beginning.
Yeah.
And even at the beginning there was like still a little like, she's up to something. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah. I liked her character a lot. She played her role very well. The DCU EU,
yeah.
the DCEU,
No.
I'm sorry, I can't get past this. The DCEU.
I'm gonna quit.
No, I can't have another co-host quit on me. You're so close to your pension.
You get one more try.
The DCEU.
All right.
No, Brady. I can't keep losing co-hosts. Anyway, what I'm gonna try to say is that the DC overall universe, it's very convoluted right now, right? It's very hard to kind of follow, especially because we keep having one-off stories like the Joker, and like I think the new Batman is like its own universe. So what I'm trying to ask you, Brady, is thank you for coming back, by the way. I appreciate you.
I couldn't pay rent, so I had to come back. Go on. What's the question?
Please watch our content. Do you think that Shazam, Fury of the Gods, did a lot to move forward the DCU EU as a whole, or do you think that this kind of got dead in the water for story-wise kind of movie?
100%. I don't think it moves the DCEU forward. It really doesn't do anything for Shazam the franchise. I think it did a lot. It did a lot for Shazam, its own self story for Shazam 1, 2, and then the future ones, and then the post-credit scene added on to like a different type of different part of the universe.
We should definitely expand on the end credits.
Yeah, but As a whole world as it is, no. Like it didn't talk about any. Like it really just stayed in Philly, and then the other realm where the sisters lived or reside. But it really just stayed in Philly, and like nothing got impactful. If the only thing it really did was made Shazam the like more a knowledgeable hero rather than just a goofball. Like it made him actually like a threat to the villains, not just like some kid or whatever. But I think like it's more of a standalone. Like it's not gonna move.
Gotcha.
It's not the fucking Thanos putting on the gauntlet type of vibe. It's gonna be more of the independent,
or like low key, like escaping with like the Tesseract.
No, it's not that type of vibe. It's like more standalone. It's great because the one thing I will say is it makes the DCEU more lively. You visit like some parts in this where it's like, oh wow, this feels real. The way of this environment feels real. Like their lair, they has like different routes and rooms they could go to in the lair, and it felt so lively and great. I was like, I actually feel like this is a real place, because there's some places like in the DCEU, let's say Metropolis, where like this doesn't feel like Superman.
It could just be New York City.
It literally feels like New York City, but this felt real.
So what you're saying is overall, no, it does not really push the overall narrative of the DCEU, but the sets and for the Shazam franchise, it does a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I understand. Okay.
Like I would say it doesn't do anything in the universe to push it forward, but I think as like industry level, this is how the movies are going to kind of be laying out. Hopefully more movies come out that are a little bit more Shazam feeling. Yeah, because like I felt like if all the DC movies was like this, it's not even just a lighthearted. A lot of people's like, oh, babies watch MCU. There was serious fucking tones in this, and like it just had good plot, good story.
Oh yeah, let's expand on some of the serious scenes. I can recall at least two of them.
I cried.
Brady cried. No, like 2.5 times. Yeah,
I think I could name all 3 times I cried.
I want to hear them because I'll tell you about what I was thinking.
Okay, I'll run down really fast. First time I cried is when all the kids lost their powers. The only person with the power is Billy. They meet up on the roof, and then Billy comes up with this plan like, I have to sacrifice myself to kill this villain. I got to put all my energy in this staff and blow it up. So he knows like he's gonna go in life or death.
Wait, is it the last scene?
It's close. So it's before he takes off to like go close the dome. He's on the rooftop with his family and the kids, and then his mom was like, Billy, I want to see you for you. Like she told him to like Shazam, and like it's the most touching part is Billy, like he felt like he was getting pushed out of the foster home, but she's like, you're never going anywhere. Like you're my kid, you know.
Right.
And they hugged. Yeah, and he had a single tear running down because he knew this was like the first time he's ever felt appreciated, and the last time he's gonna get
and what you have to understand is that Billy has never really known a permanent home. In the first one, he finally gets like kind of like somewhat of a home. And so this is more impactful because like it's like, are you like really my mom? And like it's just like it was really sad. And I reached over to grab my popcorn, but I was kind of like really looking at Brady, see if he was crying. And I did tear up a little bit too.
I was crying. Second scene I was crying at. Billy finally goes in the dome. He's about to do the finishing move, and his best friend.
He's about to do the what move?
The finishing move. He's about to do the finishing move, and his best friend Freddy comes up to the dome because he's isolated in the dome, and they both put their hands up on the dome, and he's like, they're just saying their goodbyes. And at the beginning of the movie, it says, the Freddy guy, he's like, yeah, I miss her everything power or something like that. And then he's like,
he says, hey man, I got this. Remember, I'm Mr. Every Power Jr.
Yeah,
because he calls him. The side character calls the main character his sidekick. It's really funny.
And like just them seeing each other for the last time and seeing their whole family just bawl and cry and like shout for Billy. So yeah, that was very emotional.
And then it was really cool at the end when he was like pushing back the bad guy, and then he calls out Shazam to like add more lightning to the attack.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. It looked so good. Yeah. Like I was watching. I was like, I need a new pair of pants.
Yeah,
it was so great. It was so great. But yeah, those are the 2 times. I bet you there's a third time. I think when
I think there was one more time. It was
probably when I could tell you what
which one was it?
So Billy does. I cried in the last 10 minutes. But Billy finally does the final thing and he dies. Spoiler alert: Billy Batson dies and he's all like burned or whatever.
yeah.
And Freddy like runs over to him and he's like, wake up, remember this is the part where you say, I got you, wake up. And just seeing like Freddy hold his dead friend saying like, wake
and
up.
He looked pretty fried up too.
Yeah, he's like, wake up, wake up, wake
Yeah.
up. And then it just announced that he's dead.
And then I was like kind of shocked. I was kind of shocked. I was like, damn, he's actually dead. Oh, Brady, it's okay. He comes back to life like 2 minutes later.
He comes back to life?
Yeah.
Is that when I went to the bathroom?
No. Since we're already kind of like ass deep and we're up to our tits and spoilers.
Good thing we had that warning. Okay.
Yeah, good thing I had my bra.
Oh, not that one. The other one.
Whoa.
The other one.
Different slide.
Oh, there we go.
Much better.
That's a nice one.
Oh man, my tits can breathe.
There we go.
Yeah. So, Wonder Woman is in this movie. She's. And not a lot.
She's not. She's like teased at in the beginning.
Yeah, she's
What's
teased
more of
at.
a gag?
Yeah, it's more funny. And then towards the end, I guess she's like a god now.
She's always been a god.
Apparently, she's always been a god.
Actually, hold on. If I remember correctly, it's been 10 years. The second Wonder Woman, or the first Wonder Woman movie, she was like a demigod. And then at the end of the movie, she got her fully godhood, if I remember. When she was fighting in Hades or what, it was so bad. And so
I heard this first one was good. I heard the first Wonder Woman was really good.
It's all right, but yeah, she's basically in it, and a lot of people might look at it as like, oh, it's an asshole. It's like a huge asshole just to bring Shazam back to life.
I did think it's kind of dumb, just because, like, where did he go when he died for a little bit? Like, is his soul just always been there? Like, is he have no brain damage from like the attack? Like, I know those are like all like really tiny little things, but I'm also like, there's too many tiny little things that don't justify or add up to him come back to life. But like, you know, but like just like we do for the MCU, we have
some
to
leeway.
Yeah, we have to give leeway.
Because here's the cool thing: I think it would have been really bold and really cool if they actually killed Shazam.
Maybe Freddy though, not the actual Shazam character.
Yes, but like even if it was OG Billy, if they actually killed him, it would have been super cool and like actually very ballsy. Like, oh my gosh, they actually did it. But I understand why they brought it back, because he's a lovable character, definitely after this movie, and he has a lot more to go with his contract and stuff like that. But it is kind of like, oh, okay, Billy's buried in the ground, and then randomly Wonder Woman walks up. She takes the staff, powers up the staff, because you need to be full god to power up the staff, and then she brings like the environment and him back to life. It's just like, where did she come up?
Oh, there was this really funny like woke moment / like gray area of like morality where Freddy was making out with like one of the gods, and she's actually 6,000 years old, and then like the dad was standing behind him.
They were like kissing, and the dad was like,
"Is this okay?" or something like that.
I felt like the characters, they were all appropriately acting like their age.
100%.
It's hard sometimes.
100%.
Sometimes, definitely with kid actors or kids movies, they're written in such a way as like, oh, I'm 60 and I think kids say this. But it was like, it was seriously like, because I'm still like bordering on that age where like I act like a kid. Like there's a point where they're in a meeting and Shazam, when he's like, dead ass? And I was like, I say dead ass. Or he was saying something like, oh man, that's lit, I'm so woke right now, or something. I was like, what?
And then towards one of the last scenes, Shazam was like hardcore like hitting on Wonder Woman, and then the mom was there too there, and she was like, what's up with our boys going after older women?
And you know, they like what they like, man. They like what they like.
Yeah, I like older women too. Yeah. Why you gotta do this? Now I got a boner.
So here's the thing. It's a great movie.
I loved it. I'm happy we went to go see it. I have one more thing to say about it. Oh, one last thing. Going off of like them acting as kids and teenagers still.
Yes.
I got like towards the beginning of the movie, I got a really strong like Teen Titans vibe, like early 2000s Teen Titans, the cartoon show vibe. They were just like they got along really well. They all had this cool cave. We mentioned it earlier.
The cave was really tight.
Yeah, and they all
was
hung out,
really tight.
And you kind of had like which characters who kind of vibe, and like obviously Shazam was kind of the Robin trying to get everyone together. And there was the goofballs, there was the sport heads, there was like the girls just want to do their own thing, and like it felt great. That's why I really wanted like
the
a
vibe
whole.
was really good. They really felt like, they didn't feel like a team necessarily, but they felt like a bunch of kids hanging out. Like that's exactly what a bunch of kids hanging out would be like. here's something.
Okay, I'm listening.
We're dick riding hardcore on this movie.
No.
We are dick riding.
A little bit, no.
But let's dick ride some more. If you have to give your biggest praise to this movie, what would it be? Nothing we said already.
The actor who plays Shazam, or just the overall... The actor that plays Shazam, or the overall humor, I think.
Okay. Mine?
Let's hear it.
The background characters were unbelievably good.
Like
I don't know why, but there was parts in the Shazam movie where like the camera would just focus on a background character for like a good minute or two, and the characters were actually very good actors. Like you follow this one girl who's in the car, and like right when she's like gets in danger, her acting was good. There's people running through the streets, like they were actually felt like they were in the movie. Sometimes background characters just feel like background characters, like they're just there. But the background characters in this movie was like unbelievably good. What made me more immersed in the movie.
Exactly. Yeah, that bridge scene felt really awesome. And she was listening to that song, I Need a Hero. And then Billy saves her, and he's like, isn't this so awesome? You're listening to this song while I'm saving you right now?
That's something I wish they did. I understand it's not practical, but I love it when movies have like a big fight scene and there's music playing in the background, and then music kind of transition into this fight scene. Like if they played I Need a Hero during that full fight scene, it would have been so great. It would have been so great. They didn't. I think they just went with more of an instrumental original MCU music. Yeah. But if they had like a licensed music playing in the background, like I Need a Hero the whole time.
There's a Three Doors Down song that goes like, yeah, I'm not going. It's not my time. There's a hero in me.
I miss movies who used to rely that. Maybe that's why we resonate with Guardians of the Galaxy so much, because they do that in their movies. But OG like 90s, early 2000, even mid 2000 movies, they would just buy licensed tracks and they would just play the licensed tracks, like fucking Linkin Park and all the Transformers.
How's it go? What I've done, I'll feed myself. What's up, what I've become. Shia LaBeouf. I know he's a big fan. Shia LaBeouf, appreciate you. Brady, plugging this one into your snack bar. What do you give it?
I think this is a 8.5 out of 10.
8.5? Okay, perfect. I like it.
I can't really come up with like, I don't think it's like, there were some parts where I was like, okay, come on, let's add some more to it. But besides that, there was no parts where I was like, I can't believe that's in there. Besides the ass pull, that's probably what like the biggest point deduction is, the little ass pull at the end.
You should just have him alive to begin with, I think.
And have him dying. But I think that meaningful moment with Freddy was also really cool. So it's a give or take.
So it's some nitpicking for sure, but it's okay.
It's give or take. How about you, Ryan? Put in the snacko-meter.
Give me a drum roll, please. No, you do, not me.
No.
We're not musically inclined.
Good thing we have editing.
Alrighty, plugging this one into the snack bar. I'm gonna give this one 8.2 Shazams out of 10.
You dirty fucker. You're only 0.3 away from mine.
Yeah, I'm a dirty boy. But yeah, it's greatest strength, humor, feel good content, a little bit of pulls at your heartstrings a little bit. And then its weakest points were like overall doesn't really push. I mean, it sets up other things just fine. The story is good, but the strongest part is like the relationships that the characters have with each other.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. I think it's a good balance. And you know what else is a good balance?
A breakfast, balanced breakfast.
A balanced breakfast, and a good balance is of subscribers to like to comment ratio. So don't forget to like this video, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching these. Just this week alone, recently, personally, I've gotten a lot of people like tell me unironically that they really actually enjoy our content, which is like huge because it's just like we're just like two goofballs meeting up every week. You're crazy, man. You're so crazy. What? Dude, you're the snack goblin. I heard about that, right? All right, that's quite enough. Appreciate you guys. Till next time, till next Thursday. We should say Shazam to end it.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna do like Shazam.
Shazam. One. Oh, is this?
No, they actually don't do anything. They just go Shazam. 3, 2, 1.
Shazam! Thanks for watching.
Thanks for putting your cock in my. Thanks for putting your cock in my butthole. Gotta go fast. Tails, what are you doing with my cock?
Tails, what are you doing here at church camp?
Gotta go fast. Dr. Robotnik.
Gotta come faster.